Robinson saw you naked. Explain.
Well, I did a show, the follow-up to Nearly Gay, I did a show called The Naked Racist, which was a true...
The Naked Racist?
Yes.
Man, I need to study your career more carefully. Right.
Well, it's a fantastic show. It actually won the Edinburgh Comedy Award, the Perry Award.
Wow.
But the show was a true story. It was about I was raised by, my mother's father was a Quaker, and I was raised in a pacifist family. So I wrote a piece about the Daku bars, and based on a true story about me on a night in Amsterdam chasing Nazi skinheads down the street naked because they were attacking me on bicycles. Anyway, the story, you don't need to know about that. You can buy the DVD. Anyway, so at the end of the Naked Race, I take my clothes off and so when I was on The Weakest Link, the comedians charity event, and I was on with Frank Carson, it's the way I tell him, and Ed Byrne, it's the way I tell him, and Anne Robinson bags, she bags the guests, and she says, Phil Nichol, you're not funny, you won this award for being the naked racer, but you're not funny for not naked. She kept bugging me. Now, you might not know that between rounds on The Weakest Link, they take Anne off, you know, they tighten her face and they bring her back on again, right? And they do.
It's true.
They do, right? She goes, she resets, exactly. She resets, right? She resets herself and she comes back on. Now, I got down to the final four and I hadn't got a question wrong, but Rob Deering got me voted off due to tactical voting anyway. Anne Robbins kept saying, you're not funny if you're not naked, so I thought, right, I'm gonna get her. So when she said I was voted off, she went, Phil Nichol, great, she loved it. You are the weakest link, goodbye. I stepped to one side, I took all my clothes off, right? And I put my clothes on, I put my shoes back on, because I'm not a creep, right? And I walked past Anne Robinson, and she lost it. She was like, ah! All the older women in the TV studio were going mad.
And some of the men.
Yeah, no, because they haven't seen a naked man since the 60s anyway, so they're all going crazy. Anne Robinson literally goes, ah! And I'm like, yes, I got Anne Robinson. But then the floor manager comes up and says, Phil, we thought that was great, very funny, but when you took your shirt off, the mic pack hit the ground, made a noise, so we're gonna have to reshoot it. Can you put your clothes back on? So Anne goes off, gets her face tightened, comes back on. She goes, Phil Nichol, you're the weakest link, goodbye. I step to one side, take all my clothes off, and she completely straight-faced me, right? And that's what they showed on TV. And they pixelated it 1 pixel. Now, the really funny part is my parents live in Canada. I don't really tell my parents. My mother is quite a devout born-again Christian. My mom is a devout born-again Christian. But about 9 months later, they made it onto the BBC Top 10 TV moments, and my parents were watching. I got a call in December, and my dad said, Philip, your mother wants to speak to you. She's not very happy at all. And you could hear my mum in the background going, you're a dirty wee person, you're a dirty wee person. And I'm like, what's wrong? Well, we were watching The Weakest Link with Anne Robinson and Frank Carson, that's the way I tell him, right? And I'm like, oh, no, right? He went, yes. That's like, look, I can only apologize. I said, we don't want your apologies. You want to apologize to your mother because she was so excited to see you were on it. She went and called all of her friends in the church and said, turn on The Weakest Link because Philip's on it and everyone's seen your bits, Philip. And my dad said, 1 pixel! 1 pixel!